What made you want to become a nurse? When I was 12 years old, I was in a car accident at the hands of a drunk driver. I suffered multiple injuries as a result of the car accident. I broke both my hips, fractured my tailbone, and actually split my forehead in half. I had to get 34 stitches. Um, I was in the hospital for about 2 weeks, and it was a very trying time for me. Not only was I, a young adolescent, starting to go through changes, being active and participating in sports, and just having the freedom to do things with my friends was something that was really important to me. And all of a sudden, that was all taken away. Not to mention, I had a huge scar across my head, and it was, something that was very concerning to me, how my peers would react and things like that. Before this accident, I always knew that healthcare was something I was interested in. I've always had a passion for helping people, and so I knew that I wanted to do something in the healthcare medical field. I just didn't really know what. For a long time, I said, I wanted to be a doctor, but it was during this stay in the hospital that I really got a first-hand look at the selfless work that nurses do, every single day, and the role that they play in a patient's life. And I was just really inspired by that. My nurse was absolutely phenomenal and helped me not only heal physically but mentally and emotionally as well, and was just really there for me each and every day. All the nurses that I interacted with were just really amazing and inspiring, and it was from that day on that, I knew that this was what I wanted to do and the profession I wanted to be a part of. And yeah, so I've just done all that I can to accomplish that goal, and I'm really excited that, I'm almost there. When do you officially start, and what are some concerns you have going into the workforce during a time like this? Well, I officially start June 22nd, so a little less than a month. I'm really nervous about starting to work during this time, just because there's so much unknown. This isn't really something that you can really prepare for going into this. It's just kind of things that you have to experience along the way. I'm specifically nervous for myself in general because I'm going to be starting out on an ICU floor at a really big hospital here in Dallas. Actually, during my interview, it was about a week or so before things started to get pretty serious, and as I was getting a tour of the unit, they showed me that they already had a whole wing of the unit blocked off for corona patients. And so I'm just a little bit nervous because I feel as though we're gonna kind of get thrown into the fire. Usually during the time as a new graduate nurse, it's a lot of relearning things we've learned in nursing school, as well as just kind of getting into the flow of caring for patients on our own, with the help of a preceptor. With the times, and how things are right now, people are really short-staffed. Nurses don't really have the time for this, and so I'm just kind of a little bit nervous and anxious to see how that's going to go. I feel like we're going to have a lot more responsibilities than we normally would as new graduate nurses, just because of how things are, and the more experienced nurses are going to be needing to care for, the COVID patients. So I'm just a little bit anxious about that, and kind of how I'm going to, work in these new circumstances.